everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. When a team already has a playoff spot in their back pocket, it can be easy to lose focus and ease up late in the regular season. But not losing momentum going into the playoffs is also important, so they just can't mail it in here. It's the Browns going up against the Saints. With that, let's get over to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. Their long winning streak finally came to an end last week. A disappointing game for them, but still a heck of a run.
Indeed it was. What a great job by them putting together a streak. Now let's see how they rebound after a defeat.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a carry now for Daniel Lasco, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. When you're not allowed to climb, you got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
Looking to throw. Muscles him off. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Now it's Crowell, and he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. And a little floater there is incomplete.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a 2nd shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's knocked away or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third. That's taken it around the 40.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go play action here on first down. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Look at the spin. And he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the 2nd level, the linebackers, or the 3rd level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
It wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play? One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And he slings one that's incomplete. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they're on the move as they face a 2nd down here. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a first down, and inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal here from the 2. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll give Crowell another crack. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Isaiah Crowell with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stick.
Over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. The offense gets ready to take over. Now a play fake here on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. It's a gain of 20 that time, and it'll give the Browns a first down. And it looks like this will likely be the last play before we hit the 2-minute warning.
Let's see if they can sneak one more good play in before the 2-minute signal.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Time to step aside. We're back to New Orleans after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. 8 yards to go here on second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
All right, here we go. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will knot us up at 10. So it's a 7-play drive. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he'll push his way up to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Back to throw here. And he finds Barnage. He's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Gary Barnidge, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans! Their big-bodied receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let their return guy touch it.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post, and most of the time, the post isn't available because you usually have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll run the option left. And some room to roam now. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
So it'll be first down here after the run.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the two defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt, and so far...
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Crowell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run. Probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And he fires one incomplete. Isaiah Crowell, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him. Let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Paoli Kikaha with a tackle. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Here we go. 3-19.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to go for a big play down. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice,
the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
He'll drop to throw. Caught left side. It's Barnage. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And Barnage has it on the right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Here's a give to Crowell. And a solid run down inside the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On play action, they'll throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll look to throw to the sideline, and a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Well, they opted not to run it. They completed the pass on 3rd and 2, but they lost yardage to bring up 4.
Well, give credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They snuffed out the play, but it does bring into question, 1, the play call, because they didn't run the ball there. They could have run it, and 2, just not getting it. That's got to be deflating for them.
Back to throw, eluding the pressure right. Oh, what a move. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Back to throw here. He'll buy some time right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They come out here in the eye. They're going to look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Ricardo Lewis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this down to about. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. And they'll go on the ground. Room here to run. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. If there was a time to break off a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the fourth.
And it's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The strike to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run. Block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Love the excitement we've got going here. They just scored the touchdown. They're down by 1. How much fun is it now to figure out the possibilities? Kick the extra point and tie it. Go for 2 if they're really feeling in a gambling mood. What do you do in this situation?
Think you kick the PAT.
Yeah, I do too. Kick it, get my defense ready, and try and stop them one more time.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike.
And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is...
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. All right, so the timeout over, and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Let's go!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Yeah. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down.
Here we go!
They'll set up a throw. Complete to Barnage. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. He'll look to throw. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Saints will have the football back. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines. But then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. And as the fourth quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Here we go. Boom, landed.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And tough starting field position here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Now there is 1 second remaining. So they'll have time here for one more play. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we saw a lot of points. Overtime comes. The defenses, they clamp down.
Rather amazing, isn't it? Because would you have even thought that we'd get to overtime after what we witnessed for 4 quarters?
Not at all.
And have 0 points on either side? Not a chance, right? And somehow it happened. We always talk about making adjustments. Maybe both defenses took 4 full quarters in order to get an adjustment. Got 1 good period in for both defenses, and now they go home. You buying tonight?
I thought it was you. I did last week. I did the last 2 weeks.
Oh, I was trying to go for 3.
Dinner on you, my good
Trying
man.
to go for 3.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now a first throw here in overtime. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw. I think what we're seeing today, partner, is what happens when you have a really good game the previous week. You get a lot more attention from the defensive coordinator. It looks to me like they...
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Third down, still 14 yards left.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now a shotgun snap is nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This will be fielded at the 17. Oh, the spin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Third down and 4.
Watch left.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And some space here. And he showed some fancy footwork on the juke, but then quickly taken down. The tackle made by Sterling Moore.
Partner, I know we're in the era of the mobile quarterback, but there's still an element of surprise when that position keeps the football. And what a nice gain on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. Looking for the end zone. And, oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. 5 yards to gain here on 3rd down.
You can feel the anguish all the...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding. Defense.
And you, as a former defender, should know that the referees are watching this closely. Defensive holding.
They watch it awfully closely. I sure wish they'd let it be 5.5 yards like they do for the offensive guys. But in this case, they were strict with the rule.
Rolling. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans streaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, Davis.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for the Browns, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's just their 3rd loss as they fall now to 10-3. And they'll be back home next week as